Welcome to Canon Box. Today we're looking at Sony's new record player. It is the entry-level Bluetooth player that they just released recently, the PS-LX310BT. The BT at the end means Bluetooth. This is Sony's first real revision of their entry-level record player that is commonly also called the 310, without the BT at the end though, because there's no Bluetooth. That's been on the market since 2009. So it's been about 10 years since they refreshed this, and they've done a good job. It's stylized to current trends. It's a little bit larger actually, but it meets the same entry level requirements. This product is made for people who want to have a record player that is easy, that they don't need to customize, and will work out of the box. Just a quick overview of there. It ranges right now, Sony's listed at about $250. Generally speaking, they go for about $200 though. Again, the old version was a little bit lower than that. The old version without Bluetooth was going for about $149-ish. You could get it on sale for about $100 if you bought it at the right time. They both have belt drives, so that's not changed at all. When you do set it up, you do have to put the belt onto the motor for it to work. The platter is aluminum. It's a die-cast aluminum. Pretty standard for mid-entry level. I shouldn't say mid. It's not quite mid. It's low to mid is the range it's in. It's anything below $100 is low. This is a low to mid, which is usually between 100 and 250 is kind of that price point. So it's on the higher end of it. But it's a die-cast aluminum. It comes with a foam pad for the record plates to go on. The old one used to come with a rubber pad. A little bit of a difference there. I'm guessing a cost-cutting measure by Sony. But that's okay. It's pretty standard for the foam pads nowadays, so we won't hold that against them. There is a USB port on this, similar to the old one. So you can rip your audio CDs directly from the records into your computer. Prevents or allows you to save a copy of the record, even if the record eventually fades away or if it gets damaged. There is a preamp on it, just like the old version. Both a preamp. This one has added gain control, so you have 3 different levels of gain, which allow you to adjust it a little bit. Of course, generally speaking, you're going to control most of the volume on whatever you plug it into, but there is that gain control, which is a new feature to the player. Speeds, you can play at 33.5 and 45 rotations per minute. It doesn't handle old records that are created before the 50s. You'd have to find a higher scale record player before you'd be able to play those records. They've revamped the stylus. Not a big change there, in all honesty. And again, it's not a cartridge, it's a stylus instead. So when you do replace it, you're replacing that stylus only. The design looks a little more modern. It's more square. It's very boxy. And they've removed the clips at the back. The clips now are removable. So if you choose to have the dust cover on it, it can easily be done. Again, square dust cover. It looks like this. And if you don't want that, you can remove those clips. You can't tell. Now there's still the hole in the back. So about yay big, of where the clips sit in, but it's not as visible as the old version where the clips are permanently attached and they would just kind of sit there. Again, old version, you could have the disc cover off as well. Both are plastic, both look fine. This model, they've changed the plastic, they've stylized it to look like metal a little bit, so you wouldn't instantly be able to know it's plastic unless you touch it. Again, there is gain control, and this is probably the biggest improvement I would say overall, other than Bluetooth, of course, which is the new feature. The downside to this, they don't include a USB cable. You got to buy your own on this one. And the power cable's changed. So the power adapter converter used to be inside the base of the record player, no longer. I don't know why they chose to do that. I don't know if it was causing some sort of issue. But now instead the adapter, which converts the electricity, is in the wall. It's on the plug side. So the plug's a little bit larger. It's not just a standard plug. It actually has an adapter on it, and then it gets plugged into the back. So For me, I wish it was built in. It's large enough that it can handle that. You know, if they needed to shield it with something to prevent whatever it was that would have maybe been impacting the sound, they should have shielded it. I really hate the use of converters when it's a big device, because you can really have that on the device itself. Overall, though, it's a good record player. It works well. It's easy to use out of the box, and because of the lack of ability to adjust the arm, it's not easy for you to mess it up. Because of that, though, you also aren't going to get the most amazing sound. It's a low to medium level record player. If you're looking for audiophile level, you know, you're going to be going higher than this product is offering. At that point, you're going to be able to replace the cartridge as well, which will allow you to customize that. So for someone who's, you know, has records maybe as a hobby, who's new to it, or as a gift for someone who's expressed interest in this, wonderful. For someone who is an audiophile or someone who doesn't use records ever, not really the right gift. Unless Bluetooth is an important item. Oh, I forgot to explain how that works. The Bluetooth works easily. Again, Bluetooth is not an audiophile level connection device, so it works fine. You can pair it up with a portable speaker. The biggest thing is if you're not an audiophile and you don't care too much about getting that last, you know, 20% of the audio quality, you can connect the record player to Bluetooth on your audio receiver. If you have a receiver box that has Bluetooth, you can connect it that way and play it. And that way the record player could be on a table by itself and still be able to play music through the sound system. If you don't want that, or you don't want to worry about interference, which can happen on Bluetooth, you can just wire it with its RCA connectors that come with it. Anyways, going back to where I was there, was if you don't need the Bluetooth, this model really doesn't have anything that the previous model from 2009 doesn't offer. You can just go with that one. If you want Bluetooth, by all means, this will be the better option. It also looks a little more modern. But other than that, they're pretty interchangeable. Again, in the back, you have your USB, your RCA ports. There's a preamp built into it. Overall, again, good product, easy to use. I'll do a little bit here. I'll show you some more views here of what it looks like. I think I covered everything on them. Oh, it is fully automatic, in case that was in question. Most entry-level players, most mid-level players are now fully automatic, so which means you have start, stop, and you have a lift and lower. You don't have to touch the styles yourself really ever, unless you want to go to a certain track or whatnot. But thanks for watching Can Unbox.